Well, and straight from his Grindr profile to our thumbnail, we are joined tonight, as usual on a Friday, by Adam. How are we, boys?
Evening. Good, thanks.
Cheers. Cheers, me old stocking.
Cheers.
Cheers. And that will change probably.
Was that an old speckled hen I saw there?
It was.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It's an old crafty
really
hen.
cold.
That's not an old. That's not an old specky hen. That's an old crafty
Oh, you
hen.
get crafty. Crafty's more powerful.
Look at that, 6.5.
Yeah, that's a dangerous, dangerous game you're playing, lad.
0.0.
300 mils.
Amateur.
You say that. I'm moving on to the hard stuff in a minute. I've got the hard stuff.
So, it's been a funny old day.
Oh, it's been a real funny old day, isn't it?
Well, it's been a really strange day for me. I feel that I've slipped through a crack in reality.
Well,
I mean, I've agreed with Julia Hartley-Brewer.
Right?
Wow.
I've agreed with Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I've
disagreed with Mark Changizi.
Oh.
I've just heard the things you've said. I'm going to put you big screen, John, because I quit.
That's what I mean. It's just been a funny old day.
No,
I mean, I just can't get over it. It's just like the only thing that has maintained some kind of sensible balance is Sophie Corcoran is still an arsehole.
Yeah, okay, I can roll with that. I can live with that. Militant Mushroom says in our chat, John is ill.
Mentally, probably. I'm just confused. I can't get it. I just don't get it. And oh my God, some of the suction out there of these fucking Elon Musk fans is unbelievable. I'm surprised they haven't sucked the country up into the sky. They are so far up his arse.
I think
you can probably see his tonsils from the wrong end.
I honestly think we may end up disagreeing a little bit, because the more I've looked into this Elonjet situation,
yeah, you're still not getting the full picture.
Yeah, but the more I've looked into it,
mm-hmm.
the more I'm falling on the side of this was not publicly available information.
Well, you say that, right? But it is publicly available information, right? It's just not readily available information.
Yes and no, because he pays a premium.
No, that doesn't matter. Nobody's broken any laws here by obtaining that information. He registered that plane as himself, right?
Mm.
And it doesn't matter what PIA puts on it. It's easy enough to trace it back to what plane it is. Now,
yeah.
The person, and they go on, and this is the part that pisses me off, right? And I'm starting early now. But they go on and on about, they doxed him. They didn't. They fucking told you where his plane was, right? Now,
yeah.
if I just go back a couple of months, did we not do a whole show, right, where we track someone's aircraft with a known person in it who is probably higher ranking in real terms than Elon Musk?
Yes. Yes,
yeah,
we did.
Yeah. So are we guilty of doxing them?
Well, that's a very interesting question. And that is a very interesting question because you've got to look at context, right? And the context in this situation was this was the publicly available plane that we tracked was a publicly available plane that we tracked that had no additional measures to try and keep itself secret, shall we say?
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas Mr. Musk's jet, he pays for extra PIA stuff. So
it doesn't work.
Well, no, clearly it doesn't.
So maybe he needs to reassess his end of things, not everybody else's. Because you know what? Not allowing this on Twitter isn't going to make any difference.
Well, it's not going to make it go away.
No, it certainly isn't, because the information's still going to be there. You know, and it is still accessible information. It's just not readily accessible information, but you can still. I mean, it doesn't take you long to do it. I went on to Google, and within 2 minutes, I found out where all Bill Gates's jets were.
One thing that I will say is this.
Now, but that only tells me where Bill Gates's jets are, not where Bill Gates is. And
Yeah.
the same thing goes for Elon Musk. He might only have one jet. Does he only have one jet? What a poor chap. But anyway, if he's only got one jet, it doesn't tell you where he is. It tells you where his jet is.
No.
Now, that jet might have been getting repositioned. There might have been nobody on that jet.
Yep.
There might have been an entire family on that jet. He might have loaned that jet to Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden might have been on that jet, right? All it's doing is telling you where the jet is, right? They're not doxing anyone. They're telling you where the jet is and who the jet belongs to.
No, so but
And that's
also,
the part. That's the part where I think that he's gone a bit overboard.
yes. But one thing I think we can all agree on, right? And regardless of what we think of this situation, I think we have now come to the strike realization that Elon Musk's idea of free speech does not appear to be free speech.
I've been saying this for 2 weeks now.
Now he keeps uttering that it's going to be the lawful definition of free speech, but I'm not seeing that bear out in reality. Now he has eased back a bit on these accounts that he has banned. He's eased back. They're only getting 7 days, right? So they're not getting a permanent suspension. They're getting 7 days. So the other argument to have is ultimately it is a private company and he can do what he wants.
Right, okay. That's fine, okay? Then he can't fucking bleat about what the private company did when Jack Dorsey was in charge and allowed the government to run rampant over it, because then that's fine, because it's a private company and that private company can let the government do what it likes. So he can't bleat about that. So there's no point in the Twitter files. You might as well bin them.
So me and my wife were actually having this conversation with a friend of ours earlier on. And I turned around and I said that all I'm looking for from the leaders of social media companies is full transparency. Now, what we are getting from Elon Musk is transparency about what the previous regime did. We are not getting the same transparency about what he is doing.
Well, of course you won't. You won't.
It's interesting. It's very, very interesting.
It's the same shit. It's just a different sensor.
Yeah, it does appear to be. It looks to me like he is trying his best to get rid of these far leftist journalists, any way that he can. And
publicly traded companies are still private companies.
They're still private companies, yeah. They're still private entities.
Apple's still a private company. Amazon's a private company.
Yeah.
They are publicly traded, but they're private. They only report to the board. They don't report to
the public.
They don't report to the public.
They report to the board, and the board report to the shareholders. Mm-hmm. And the shareholders are the private entity that own it. It's still private equity, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Publicly owned companies would entail public funds. So, for example, the NHS is supposed to be a publicly owned institution.
Yeah, the government itself is a publicly owned institution. The royal family is a publicly owned institution.
I was also thinking about yesterday's show and what I said, and the reaction of some of the people about what I said, because actually it turned a few people off. It turned a fair few people off, actually.
We've got more subscribers though.
But do you know what I have to say about that? And at the end,
yeah, you're right, Ben. You're 100% behind you, mate. Because you know what? If you can't say what you think, right? What's the point in being here? Because if we're not going to say what we think, you might as well turn off and watch the BBC.
Well, this is it.
How dare you? How dare you?
And ultimately, we are not here to pander to people. We are here to tell you what we think. We are here to make you laugh. We're here to entertain you, absolutely. But we're not here to pander to the whims of anybody. At the end of the day, we've always said we don't want you to believe us. We want you to disagree with us. We want you, if you do disagree with us, tell us where we're wrong and prove it. Trudy says you apologise too much, Ben. You shouldn't apologise for how you feel. I'm not apologising, and that's the point.
No, I think he's just explaining.
I'm not apologising. I'm not sorry, because what I said had to be said as far as I'm concerned. As far as I'm concerned, what I said was totally true. And if people want to disregard it and disagree with me, then fine, you can. But I was having this same conversation today with someone who I thought might, and someone I consider a good friend, very good friend. And I thought she might kick back at me. And I told her everything I said, and she agreed. And that shocked and surprised me. That shocked and surprised me that she agreed. And it is a hard truth, and it's a hard pill to swallow, what I said about the NHS yesterday. But it's a pill that we must swallow. Because if we do not even accept the actual root cause of the issue, then how on earth can we ever begin to solve it? It's as simple as that. And I've identified what the root cause of the waiting lists and the budgetary issues are. And unless people can accept this reality, it's never going to change.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The whole nurses not getting paid enough thing comes up every couple of years, right? It's a recurring theme. And to be honest, most of these union-driven things do this as well. Like the train drivers, the firemen, they just seem to be cyclical. They keep coming back and asking for more money. And, you know, it just seems to me, and maybe I'm wrong, but at this point in time where we've just finished the worst 3 years I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Because never before have we quarantined the healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Never before have we tried to stop people travelling. Have we told people to stay in their house? Have we shut schools? Have we shut gyms? Have we shut hairdressers? Have we shut the high street? Have we shut restaurants? Have we stopped people gathering in pubs? Not allowed to have a drink except to buy stuff in the supermarket. You know, never before have we done such a draconian thing for what's turned out to be not for much at all, really.
I mean, not much at all is an understatement.
Yeah, but people will have a go at you and they'll say, but it could have been so much worse if we hadn't done that. Well, there's very, very little evidence to suggest that anything we did made any difference, if at all. Yeah. And in fact, there's probably evidence to say that what we've done probably didn't do. It probably made things worse to a degree. You know,
I would say so. Yeah,
we've got people that have missed appointments, they've missed diagnosis. Australia itself is running at an 18% excess death rate at the moment. Pardon me, but an 18% excess death rate in the middle of summer in Australia, right? An 18% excess death rate in the middle of summer. There's something wrong.
No,
you know, there's something wrong there. So. Really, I think it's not an appropriate time for unions to be starting asking for money, because the people that are in unions are the people that have been least affected by the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And yes, they might well be getting affected now, but I can assure you that most of the people in the private sector, especially those in small to medium-sized businesses, have been terribly affected by the last 2 to 3 years. And they're really suffering. And those ultimately are the people that pay for public services. Because let's face it, big business doesn't pay for public services. Big business avoids tax like it's going out of fashion, right? And they do it legally, and they do it really, really well, because they've got top-notch accountants and top-notch lawyers. Yeah. And they offshore their money and they squirrel it away. And they end up paying very, very little, if anything at all. I mean, Amazon, Apple, they all fucking work the system. The system is rigged, and they use it. And we know the system's rigged because we would use it too if we could.
Yep.
Right? If we had access to it, we would do it.
Use it.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, it's like the HMRC put out a tweet the other day that says, don't get caught up in tax avoidance schemes. And I said, surely you mean tax evasion? Because tax avoidance is perfectly legal and is practiced by your Prime Minister's wife.
And I would say at this particular time, especially for small to medium-sized businesses, probably the morally right thing to do in order to preserve your own livelihood and well-being.
Yeah, and remember, when you're talking small to medium-sized businesses, you're not talking about the person that owns the business that's the only benefactor here.
No.
There's all the people they employ that rely on that for jobs and for the services that feed into that business and that business feeds into. So there's a whole ecosystem of businesses
Put it this way.
Are going to fail.
If we were a registered business and we were making an income and we were able to give the man in the middle some money, right? Because he does all this for free, right? Him over there. But if we were able to pay, you would be able to get more money out of us, Adam, because we would have more money because we'd be avoiding the old tax. Yeah. And that's the same for small to medium size enterprise. If the enterprise itself is avoiding the tax, then they can
spread the money around.
They can spread the wealth.
Let's look at share the wealth, but let's look at the most wealthy countries in the world, and none of those most wealthy countries in the world tax their citizens.
Well, that's very interesting. Now, can I quickly shift the narrative back to what we were originally talking about and Elon?
Well, it was you that moved it off it.
Right, because we spoke yesterday, didn't we, about the incident that allegedly occurred with Elon and the car?
Oh yeah.
I've got a bit of an exclusive for you. We got some footage of who this person is. So I think I'm going to play it now. So this is a Chasing Dissent exclusive, and this is the guy in the car. Are we ready? Here we go. Did you see that?
Yeah. So
do you recognise that man, John?
He looks vaguely familiar.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah. But anyway, you know what?
He's keeping a bit quiet there, isn't he?
See, this is the part where Elon then goes and trips himself up.
Yeah.
Because he puts Twitter policies in place that say you can't post private pictures of people without their permission.
Yeah.
You can't post pictures of their private vehicles without their permission.
Yeah.
Right? And then goes and does it.
Adam, you're being accused in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. Not happy with that.
Not
me.
Right, so Elon goes and does exactly what he's just said you can't do. Now, the other thing is, if you want to pose those conditions on Twitter, that's fine, Elon, but those aren't legal conditions because anyone who goes out into a public space
absolutely
effectively consents to having their photograph taken, and they do not own the rights to that image.
No, they definitely do not. And this is something that
the photographer or videographer owns the right to that image.
Well, this is something I spent the best part of the entirety of 2020 owning police officers over again and again and again. Oh, you can't take video of that centre over there.
Yes, you can.
You can. Try looking at the law you're trying to enforce, moron.
Photography is not a crime.
No, it's not.
It's not. Unless it's off a military installation.
Yeah.
Adam, I'm just looking at the chat and I'm seeing something here. That's a pretty strong allegation. Adam has Putin's eyes.
Well, do you know, talking about eyes, would the real person who was in that car, if you look into his eyes, you can see he's laughing.
Yeah.
He's got laughing eyes. And do you know who else had laughing eyes like that?
Who?
Ligma Johnson, when he was making his little video as well.
You know what? I really truly believe the whole thing could be a setup.
Me too. That's why I did my video.
Yeah, I mean, what's it done but put Elon front and center again? Elon is the news. He is the news, right?
And he's loving it.
I had a fucking revelation today. I had a revelation,
Okay.
right? So I'm thinking, you know, he's still banging on about EVs and all that, and you know, they're autonomous driving and all that shit. And I said, look, there's no mass market EV. There's no route to a mass market EV because you cannot produce enough batteries. Right? Unless you have a viable alternative to a battery, there is no route to mass market EVs.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. Remember, it's going to use all the world's rare earth minerals just to supply enough electric vehicles, cars only, just to supply enough cars for Canada, right? Which only has a population of 25 million, right? So how are you going to have EVs in the world if there's only enough rare earth minerals to supply Canada?
Right.
So there's no mass market EVs. Forget it if you're going to use batteries. You just can't do it.
Okay.
Why do you think Elon's selling all of his shares?
Unless, no, but hold on. So my first thought was then, well, you replace the battery with something like a fuel cell, right?
Yeah.
Okay, which is fair enough. You could do that. Again, you're still going to need a certain degree of rare earth minerals and helium and stuff like that. And then I said, unless you start mining asteroids, and I thought, fuck me, SpaceX, Tesla, it's a perfect combination. They're going to start mining asteroids, aren't they?
On Mars, maybe
This
Mars.
is the fucking start of it. That's why he wants to get to the moon. The moon's full of helium.
Yep.
The moon's made of cheese, John. Have you seen Wallace and Gromit, A Grand Day Out?
Yeah, but that's it. I mean,
Wensleydale.
fuck me, how could I not see that? It's in plain sight. Tesla, SpaceX, boring. So that's the mining part, right? Tesla, SpaceX, boring. And then Neuralink, because he can't use 6-year-old Congolese children to mine his rare earth minerals in the moon. He's going to use chimps. He's going to have chimps embedded with chips on the moon mining his stuff. There's going to be a fucking uprising. They're going to come back, and it's Planet of the fucking Apes. That's it. Boom. Mind blown.
All over a bit of Wensleydale. Because I'm convinced. I've seen A Grand Day Out. I've seen it. Right? They very clearly land on the moon, start eating it. It's cheese.
Yeah.
There is one problem with the moon, though.
It's
Who lives on the dark side?
Me.
Well,
I come down here every day for the show.
If we went to the moon, right? And as far as I'm concerned, the jury is still out because I still don't know how we get through those fucking radiation belts.
Right.
And they're not insubstantial, you know?
Right.
Right, so if we went to the moon, why have we never been back? Why did we throw away the technology? Why did we throw away all the videotapes? Why did we throw everything away? You know, you don't do that. That's the biggest single achievement the human race has ever completed. And you throw the evidence away.
Throw it all away, baby.
Yeah,
Throw it all away.
You know what happened? You know when you throw evidence away? When you burn down your fucking evidence centre, right? You throw evidence away when you don't want stuff to be coming out. Just like Israel, who now cannot find the signed document that let Pfizer run rampage throughout their country. Oh, we seem to have misplaced it. We can no longer find it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Now, this will be a contentious point. The moon in itself will be a contentious point till the end of time. It really will, because even if we were to go back, people wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe it. There are people that wouldn't believe it. There are people that would believe it. It's.
Well, see the problem, and the problem's there because we've been lied to so many times, and they've been found out lying to us.
Yeah.
Right. Where do you start? When can you start believing them? Because they've lied to us over the last 2-3 years, right?
I need to interject.
To our faces.
I need
right?
to interject, and I need to chastise the audience right now.
What's the audience doing?
Well, we've only got half the amount of likes as we have got viewers, and we are trying to push the algorithm. And do you know what? I think that's quite insulting, and I think that is just, unbelievable, as John would say. but we're talking about not believing something, half the amount of likes as we've got viewers currently. So come on, people, start hitting that like button and that share button. If you, I'm seeing them go up now. I'm seeing them go up in real time. This is what we like to see.
Yeah, they have gone up. That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted.
Rightfully interrupted, yeah, to chastise the audience.
What was I saying? I've forgotten. I've lost my train of thought.
Something about
You
the
can't
moon.
do that to me. You can't. I'm old. When I'm on a fucking train,
You're
you've got to
only
let me
as
run
old as
out.
you fucking feel, John.
No, as Groucho Marx would say, you're only as old as a woman you feel.
So you're quite young then.
Right, listen, ball bag. What was I talking about?
You were saying, why have we never been back to the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, why? So yeah, and why did we destroy the evidence? Why would we do that? It's just
No.
this. And well, what I was actually saying was we have been lied to so many times now about things that we don't know where the truth lies anymore. Look at the Gulf of Tonkin, the whole thing that kicked off the Vietnam War. Never happened. Complete fabrication. Right. So went to war on nothing. Look at weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. No, they didn't have any. So complete fabrication, went to war, committed fucking war crimes on a fabrication. So none of these wars are actually legal. These wars are just as bad as what Putin's doing now. You know? They're just the same. It's just the same thing. It's just because he's Putin! He's bad and we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
No war's is good. No war's good, and no war's good when it's not done for the right reasons. Look at, I mean, why is the US involved with Saudi Arabia and Yemen right now? What's China doing to the Uyghurs? You know, you still don't hear about these things. What and these people that support China, I can't get my head around it. Like that Caitlin Johnson woman, she's like all in on China. She loves China. She thinks China's like, I mean, you criticise China and she goes for them. You know, she's like that. You don't know what propaganda is unless you've been to China. Well, I've been to China. And China's a fucking scary place. And it seems to be getting scarier and scarier.
Well,
Because it's not the China I knew.
I tell you what, there are places in Shanghai, Beijing, and Hong Kong I would love to visit. Yes, that means they're all theme parks, but still, there are places there that I would love to go and visit as a tourist. I'd love to not just immerse myself in the theme parks and stuff, but in the culture around. But whilst the CCP exists, I will never do it.
I mean, even without the CCP, Chinese and Japanese and even Korean and Vietnamese culture to a degree, a lot of it's weird. Really weird.
Yeah, but it's weird to our sensibilities, absolutely, because it's not
Oh,
our
yeah.
culture. Cultures are different.
Yeah, of course it is, but when I say it's weird, it's almost like they're fucking aliens.
I mean, you do just
when
walk along the street and find people grilling up sticks of insects.
And snakes and
Yeah.
you know,
Cats.
nothing's fresh unless it's still alive before they eat it.
But John, you lived in France where they make an art out of eating
Oh, they eat
snails
everything.
and frogs' legs, and you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they don't do what the Chinese do.
And you had
Which
a
is
Scottish
like-
butcher.
Yeah, but they don't do what the Chinese do, which is kill the thing right in front of you, butcher it, cook it, and then feed it to you. You know, and
The Japanese do that as well, don't they?
the blood is running down the gutter in the street. You know, it's not a pleasant experience. And it's not an 18 rated experience either, because all the kids are running about playing in it.
I mean, I will say this. I had a very nice, rare piece of sirloin steak, but I certainly didn't watch it get butchered. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's more a morality thing, though, isn't it, at the end of the day? Because we for the most part, we are meat eaters, right, as a culture, as a society. But we like it. We like the butchery, shall we say, to occur out of sight.
Yeah, we like the abattoir to be hidden away, and we just get our nice bit of meat, and we don't want to really be down and dirty with the whole process. But you know, if you are a meat eater, sometimes I think you really got to be okay with the whole process of what happens.
Of course, you've got to be okay with it, because how else would you get it?
Yeah, but people aren't okay with it. That's the thing. You show them, if you showed them the process, they'd be like that. I'm not eating meat again, and then they'd go back to eating meat within a couple of weeks.
Of course
because
they
they
would.
just put it out of their head. But
Hi, Adam.
That's just what people are. They're disingenuous.
How long were you a veggie for?
Probably about 5 years.
And was it ethical grounds or?
It was just I like vegetarian food, and then I decided I didn't want to have vegetarian food anymore. And to be honest, I did cheat a lot. I would sit in lay-bys when I was, going to work, and I would sit and eat burgers. And...
It's hard, mate. It's hard to get enough protein and the right nutrients, especially vitamin Bs and things, if you're not eating meat.
Yeah.
It really is difficult.
But
I'll be honest, I've not seen... I can't say I've seen an awful lot of healthy vegetarians.
Speaking of meat, right? I want to move us on to something that I discovered earlier on. And Adam, I think I'm going to need you to bring up some pictures here. I did send them to you in the group chat.
You did, but I haven't. So
and I found out today that this is real. This exists, or it was real. Who remembers
the burger?
Who remembers Windows 7?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you're talking about
Still got a laptop that runs Windows 7.
You're talking about Japan being a crazy culture, right? Adam, let me preface this before you bring it up, right? So I found the most insane, nonsensical, amazing collaboration today regarding Windows 7. So Windows 7 collaborated with Burger King in Japan to release the Windows 7 Whopper. Adam, show us the Windows 7 Whopper, would you, Adam?
Okay, let me switch over.
This is real. This is real.
What is it? 7 patties?
7 Whopper patties with salad and mayo, and not one shred of cheese.
Why would Why? Well, yeah, you wouldn't sell cheese in Japan because they're all lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
So what? See, this is another reason they're fucking aliens.
Have you seen the size of a fucking Whopper patty?
Yeah.
They're massive.
But why would you launch that in Japan? The Japanese don't eat much anyway.
So this was $15, the equivalent of $15 to get this, and it was only available for a week, and.
I wonder why.
That would keep you going for a month.
So this is obviously the promotional image. This is the expectation.
Yeah.
Adam, I sent you a picture of the reality. You showed them
what was the
reality.
reality.
Let's have a look. There it is. Look.
There it is. There's the reality.
See, he's obviously asked for that without the lettuce, hasn't he? That's the only difference.
Yeah. No, he's a salad dodger. You can tell. Look at
But
him.
if you look at the buns, right, because of the amount of grease coming off that beef, them
they're
buns
sodden.
are just sodden. They are just absolutely sodden.
Yeah, I'm not saying I like the look of that.
Well, I'm saying I actually know how to recreate that with bacon and cheese, and I would have the ability to do so, right? And for purposes of a funny video, maybe over on the second channel, if people want me to do it and want to donate the 25 quid it would cost to have it made, I'll do it. I'll make the Windows 7 Whopper, but with bacon and cheese. Because personally speaking, I wanna see what this is like in real life.
So Ben, you're going to put twice as much bacon in that as well as
It's not
burgers then?
It's not edible.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is it's not something you can eat. You need a knife and fork.
Spencer says he'll help me eat it. Jesse says don't fucking do it, Ben. So, Artifacting Reality says do it. I'll leave it up to you. Adam, could you run a little poll in the chat? You know how to do that, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
You
do
could
that.
cook it and then give people a bun and just give them a couple of patties off it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Spencer, I might actually hold you to helping me eat that because it's gonna be a knife and fork job, for sure.
So what question do you want, Ben?
Should
poll?
should we crowdfund and make a video regarding the Windows 7 Whopper recreation?
Okay.
Oh no, Artifacting Reality. It will be from Burger King. It will be 7 Whopper patties. I will ensure that's the case. We recreate this thing minus the salad, right? But in place of the salad will be at least 14 slices of bacon and 7 slices of cheese.
Oh. Going to be shitting for a month.
Spencer says we could record you and me having a food race, Ben. Jesse says, can we please not make Ben have a heart attack? Jesus Christ.
Could get messy.
So yeah,
certainly could.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I looked at this and I went, why can't I get this now? I mean, there's no way I'm even going to finish it. Let me be completely honest and upfront.
Whoa, hold on. You're missing the trick here completely.
Mm.
You don't recreate Windows 7.
Mm.
You do Windows 11.
Go fuck yourself, yeah?
Windows 11.
No,
Definitely.
that's taking it too
Challenge
far.
extended.
Challenge rejected.
It'll be like one of those
you-
American videos where they're all eating hundreds of hot dogs.
There's somebody's already done the Windows 7 burger. Microsoft and Burger King have done the Windows 7 burger. You need to create the Windows 11 burger. Just saying.
I'll put a pin in it. That doesn't mean yes, that doesn't mean no. That means I'll put a pin in it and we'll
I think you could do it, Ben. I think you could.
One
I'm
thing's for
with you
sure.
on that.
One thing's for sure, if we create the Windows 11 burger, it's going to cost about 35 quid.
Yeah, but you don't need to see that if you're going to create the Windows 11 burger, it doesn't need to be a Burger King product. It needs to be a speciality product.
No, it needs to be the Windows 11 Whopper.
No, it doesn't need to be. Well, it doesn't need to be a Whopper. It just needs to be the Windows 11 Chasing Dissent Windows 11 burger.
No, it's going to be a Whopper.
And then we can trademark it. No, it doesn't need to be a Whopper.
Yeah, but I want it to be a Whopper. I fucking like their burgers.
Well, don't copy it.
Just saying, I like their burgers. They make good burgers, John.
Yeah, okay, they're all right, but they're not great burgers. You can make better burgers yourself.
I mean, we could do it with Five Guys burgers. However, that would cost about 125
Make
quid.
your own burgers. Your own burgers taste better than the shit that comes out of these fucking chain stores. Use proper meat.
Yeah, but Five Guys...
Use proper minced beef.
That's exactly what Five Guys do, and they make it in front of you from a bowl of minced
fuck
beef.
Five Guys.
Yeah, but I don't
Right.
want to make it
They'll charge
myself.
But they'll charge you a fortune.
But I'll-
Make your own burgers. Make your own Whopper, or make your own burger, or Windows 11 burger, or whatever you want to call it. Fucking be original. Make original content. Don't copy someone else.
I'll consider it. I feel like this has evolved. All I wanted to do was try the Windows 7 Whopper.
Ben Burger. Fucking Ben Burger. Right? There you go. We've got a fucking franchise starting.
I mean, I'm going to tell you
Ben
this
Burger.
now.
You want a Ben Burger?
Just thinking about this, my stomach already
And-
hurts.
Special sauce. You need to come up with a special sauce.
Dark Spy says you could put the Ben Burger on a t-shirt. We definitely could.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of t-shirts, if you haven't seen the ones we've got on for sale, then please go and have a look at chasingdescent.com/shop. That is chasingdescent.com/shop, featuring the NR pajamas for that lady in your life. Right. Shall we
So,
move on to talking
well-
about something else? Adam, get rid of the burgers.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on.
You keep wanting to move off of stuff that you've brought up.
Yeah, because I think it's come to its logical fucking
Well, not
conclusion.
Not quite.
Right?
So whoever 11 or whoever he's dropped to 11. Whoever says those impossible burgers are great on the fire, they take ages to pardon me. Right. So those impossible Beyond Meat's in the tank. Did you see that?
Is it? What's happened?
Yeah. It's like sales are down 87%.
Woo!
Nobody's buying this shit.
Well, McDonald's did a deal with them, didn't they? That it was they bought for their veggie burger that they have. That is Beyond Meat, isn't it?
Yeah, but nobody's buying the shit. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to eat
nobody
it.
is buying it. No.
Well, you say that, but when you go into McDonald's now, the
Their
biggest
sales
thing
are
on the
down
menu.
87%.
It might be on the menu, Adam, but no arsehole is buying it.
Oh, I'm going to research this now.
Speaking of research, I did some research, right?
Oh.
I did a deep dive through AstraZeneca's website.
Yeah, we do need to talk about this because it looks like the screenshots we've been seeing are fake, and we do need to issue some corrections.
I went through their medical professional stuff as well, and they have a section only for medical professionals, right? And that gives you all the details of everything that there might be an adverse reaction to something or whatever. It gives you all the details, but you've got to be a medical professional to access that site.
Right.
Or do you? Because to access the site, all you have to do is tick a box that says, I am a medical professional.
And considering I have actual medical qualifications, would I be...
You don't need anything. You don't need a name. You don't need anything. You just tick a box that says, I am a medical professional. They don't even ask you your name. So anyway, I went through the whole thing, and nowhere does it say that strep A is an adverse reaction to the nasal mist flu vaccine.
So that's kind of a correction then, because if that is the case, then the screenshots that have been being circulated might well not be true.
Well, I don't know where they're finding these screenshots because I couldn't find it. And as I said, I was in the medical professional section, which, they're going to give you everything there, because if they don't put it in there, then they're going to be held liable.
Yeah, no,
Did you check the Wayback Machine, John?
No, I didn't. But the dates on the stuff was all. It wasn't new. It was all like 2021, 2020, early 2022 stuff.
Yeah.
So I think people are. You know what? But see, this is the thing. People do this. They're still doing this, and it's like the Freds. The Freds did it, didn't they? Was it today or yesterday? They jumped on it. Well, it was today, was it? Yeah, it was today, because I find myself disagreeing with the Freds, right? Mm-hmm. Because they go, that tweet aged well when, what's his name, Grant Wall's tweet that said, if you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. The unvaccinated are a risk, are at risk.
Right.
Okay. And the Fred said that aged well. No thanks, right? And their implication was that he died as a result of something, but he had an aortic aneurysm.
He did.
Now, I'm not saying what caused it, but an aortic aneurysm is generally a time bomb.
Yes.
It could have been there for years.
Yeah.
But at one point it'll go and you will die like that.
But not only that, then they went on to imply that they didn't know he was dead.
Yes, they did.
They went on to imply that they didn't know he was dead. And it's like he was trending for 3 days last week. Of course you bloody knew he was dead.
Of course they knew he was dead.
Because let's face it.
And the family tried to intimate that it was something to do with his detention, right? And I hate using the air quotes, but he wasn't detained. He was stopped and asked to remove his rainbow T-shirt.
Yes.
That he was wearing in support of his gay brother, right? He changed the T-shirt and went in anyway and did his job.
And then it was at another game that he collapsed, right? So he was being allowed into the stadium.
Yeah, but his family have recanted that. They said no, that was nothing to do with it.
Hmm.
So it wouldn't have mattered. There was no saving the guy. Unfortunately, when that happened, it happened. That was it.
No, and that is the same for a brain aneurysm and aortic aneurysm. These things can be sitting there for years on end. They are essential time bombs, and they could go off. We could all of us here, All three of us, we could be sitting with one right now. Brain aneurysm, aortic aneurysm, and when it goes, it goes, it goes, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it will
A
go
cheery
undiagnosed.
thought, Ben.
But it's true, isn't it? And this is why this is why I like to live every day like it's my last, because it could be. Any day could be your last. I mean, look, Adams is... yeah,
I just gone.
What's gone?
But I wouldn't mind going quickly, but I do worry my loved one might miss my spicy last words, says RCW. And Spencer says, Merry Christmas, everyone. But you've got...
It's a bit early for Merry Christmas.
Yeah, well, the thing is, and I know that it's a bit, I know it's a bit morbid. But at the end of the day, I look at life like that because it is true. And I don't look at it from a morbid point of view. I look at it from a point of view of, I'm going to have a great day today because I don't know if I'm going to have it tomorrow. And none of us know when our time is up. And our time could be up for any reason. And we shouldn't fear it. We shouldn't fear it. We should embrace it. We should embrace today, the now, the here. And
Talking about time is up, Ben. It does look like John was right. Minus 78.67% for Beyond Meat over the last year. That's their share price.
Have you got that? Have you got an image you can put up?
I have, yes.
Well, let's see that.
I'll switch over to it.
Let's see that. I've put the. There we go. Look at that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you create a load of shite. Because
go woke, you go broke.
But it's not even about going woke, is it? I mean, let's look at what Beyond Meat is. It's just this weird pink sludge that is overly processed, is more processed than meat.
It's peas, Ben. Pea protein.
Yeah, it looks.
I think it's actually been exposed in one of our shorts.
Yeah, probably.
Alien Meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you not seen that one?
I have. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but that could be the reality of lab-grown meat.
Whoever 11 says looks like my crypto portfolio. Well, if you're looking to quickly offload some coins, then go look at the description of the show. There's places you can send them.
Doesn't sound like he's got any coins, Ben.
I think he's got the coins. He's just realised that they're worth fuck all.
They're complete. They're complete. Well, if they're just going to be. Speaking of cryptocurrencies.
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. And speaking of crypto, crypto. The arse is falling out of crypto when graphic cards are suddenly available.
What, you mean NFTs?
No, graphic cards. You can actually go and buy graphics cards now because they're not using them because they don't need them for mining because it's now not cost effective to mine crypto.
No, it's not. You're absolutely right. But whilst we're on the subject of crypto and non-fungible tokens or NFTs, Donald Trump played a blinder, didn't he? Because let's face it.
Did he play a blinder?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
Why do you think he's played a blinder?
Because they fucking sold out, John.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but... Right. I am still of the opinion that NFTs, much like crypto, is a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, you're probably right, yeah.
And NFTs in particular, everybody's jumping off them now. So everybody's jumping off them. Why the fuck is Donald Trump jumping into them? That's what he was meant to be smart.
Do you know how much money he made, apparently, from this?
Yeah,
about $4.5 million, isn't it?
Right,
4.45. Yeah. In 12 hours. That's good going. That's some crowdfund, isn't it?
That is, yeah. No, I'm sure it is.
So
but the thing is, you can't make that money unless you're Donald Trump. That's the problem, because nobody else is going to... I mean, we could do fucking a stack of NFTs and nobody's going to buy them.
I think we should.
Why? Nobody fucking even donates to us, never mind buys our merchandise. Why are they going to pay for fucking NFTs? And then, when the NFT tanks, they're just going to come back to us and go, your NFTs are shite. And then our reputation gets tarnished and we fucking end up destitute and living in a box under a bridge.
We're already destitute. I'm already in a fucking box, John.
Yeah, but you're not under a bridge yet.
Not yet.
That's what happens in the art world, though, isn't it? People go out to a gallery, they buy something they think is a real piece of art, then they get home and realise they've bought something that's a load of rubbish.
Meanwhile, the artist who has cut off his ear and then commits suicide fucking dies destitute in poverty, which is going to be us because we're the fucking artists.
Adam.
Yes.
Do you have access to the Donald Trump NFT website?
I've got an example
Look,
from Twitter.
Can you go to
let's
the
have a look
actual
at
Trump trading card website?
Right. So you used to say, what's to stop me having the NFT by copying the picture? Well, that's not how it works because you don't get the token, do you?
That doesn't matter. I've still got the picture.
No, you don't have the NFT because what you've got is fungible.
Yes.
It is a copy, and therefore it's worth fuck all.
Yeah, but what do you think the NFT is actually going to be worth in 5 minutes?
Well, I think they're going to be worth fuck all because I think it's a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah, well, of course it's a pump and dump, isn't it? Let's face it.
Of course it is. Well, you fucking just make my argument for me now.
Well, if people want to buy our NFTs, that's their problem. We can offer them for sale. People want to buy them, they can buy them. I'll make some NFTs, John.
I'll look at what's his name. The only guy that's making money out of it really at the moment and consistently is Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V. Yeah.
Yes.
Because his fucking stick-drawn fucking friends of Gary is doing well. And that's the only one because all the other celebrity ones have boomfed.
RCW says best investment I ever made. What, NFTs?
Boz NFT, that's a nice one. I like that.
Yeah.
We could do that.
We could
use that.
Boz NFT.
Boz NFT.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And we'll offer them for sale at a certain price, I guess. I don't know how we price them. We'll leave all that to Adam. He can do that for us.
There's a real problem, though. There are so many counterfeit Trump cards at the moment, so you'll never know whether you're buying a proper Trump NFT or not.
Right, forget Trump. Right, forget it.
Mm.
If we're going to do NFTs, we'd make our own NFTs.
Yeah, but I want to see these Trump NFTs. I want to show some examples of the pictures that Donald Trump was selling. That's why I've asked
Donald
Adam.
Trump in a fucking Superman outfit.
Yeah, but I don't just want to see the one that we've got on the thumbnail. I want to see the rest of them.
Because go and have a look for them.
Look.
Hold on.
This is eBay because it's the only place I can find the cards for sale.
See, they're not real. I mean, one of them might be, but the others aren't. Because you're not going to get a picture of Donald Trump with fucking fake abs, just as Rocky.
Look at that, $134.
Oh yeah, that was one of them. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
$57.81 shipping. So they're selling that for nearly $200.
But the one dressed as Rocky's only $14.
Yeah, that's right. That might be a fake one.
So I've seen.
I think that's a fake.
I've seen some reports that these are all $99 a piece, weren't they? These Trump NFTs. They were $99 a piece. I think there was 4,500 of them. And I've seen some resales occurring for 87 cents.
87 cents.
87 cents.
Why would someone sell it for 87 cents if it paid $99 for it?
Whoever 11 has put a link in the chat there to the OpenSea.io for the assets.
Yes, that was the website, wasn't it? Well done.
Do you want to head over there?
In here.
Listed for $5.4 million. 4,500 ETH.
So there we go. That's a gold one.
Right? That's just one card.
That is one card. That's 4128.
Has anybody bid on it?
No, you don't. You can make an offer, but you can also add it to your cart for 4,500 Ethereums. So Ethereum coins.
I tell you what, I'd quite like one Ethereum coin right now. Just one. There's an ETH.
5.4 million. Is that?
Yeah.
So much as much as one Ethereum worth.
It's been resold
Allegedly.
several times. Last price was 3K. What's the price of one ETH at the moment, Adam?
Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Ethereum.
Current price of one ETH. It's not as much as
£982.61.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody's got one ETH, there is an ETH address in the chat there. There is, I'll take an ETH. I'll cash it straight out, but I'll take an ETH.
So that is
Okay.
offers. Whoever 11 is right, but you can also add it to your cart for that price. So you can make an offer, but you can actually buy it for that price.
Okay. But like John said, this is a Ponzi scheme. This is a Ponzi scheme, and at some point the arse end's going to fall out of it.
It's just like, it's a house of cards, isn't it? It's just...
Right, I'm going to buy it live on air.
Are you really?
It's fuck off, Adam.
Okay. Oh, damn, I haven't got the right kind of wallet to buy it. That's a shame, isn't it?
And I bet you don't have
Stop.
4,500 ETH.
Well, just a technicality there.
I mean, if you do,
Yeah.
you're fucking holding out on us. I'll say that.
I'll make an offer. Can you do it via PayPal? I've still got my PayPal account. So
Of course
no,
you can't do
look
it,
at
but you have to pay in crypto, Adam. You got a few
Right.
Doge, haven't you? Offer some Doge.
that. I have. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think I've got £6 in Doge.
You know what?
So
They are trying to make Doge happen. They are continuing to try and... Whoever 11 says you need ETH, lol. Once again, there's an ETH address right there in the chat. If anybody wants to give us any, I will take it.
Yeah, we'll take your ETH.
So I've got about £4 in crypto at the moment, and it's in Crypto.com's personal token, because it's going to become worthless probably.
Yeah,
But
thanks,
that's-
fuck, it's not an FTX's.
Well, it's raised in value slightly. It's raised in value slightly. Whoever 11's put like that. I had some money left over from some BTC that I couldn't withdraw, and so it's like a quid or two, and I just chucked it into Crypto.com's personal token, and it seems to have raised in value. I'm not going to put any more money into that token, that's for sure. And the price of BTC has crashed ridiculously, hasn't it?
Yeah, this conversation's starting to bore me. So if it's boring me, it's probably boring the audience.
I don't know. There's people quite interested in it, actually. Sure.
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah, one or two. So what do you want to talk about then, Bullbag?
Oh, you seem to be leading the conversation.
I'm done.
Oh, you're done, that's us? Oh, okay, thank you. I'd like to thank you all for attending this version of After Dark, or whatever it's called, All In. Yeah, good night. Oh. Is that us? We done?
can I move on to something a bit more intellectual?
Go on then.
Yes, please,
There's-
please do. Please do.
A very amusing comedian on Twitter called Matthew Heighton, who puts Mr. Blobby into horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
So if you get a chance, watch
That's
Matthew Heighton's
not
Mr.
intellect-
Blobby.
It's not fucking intellectual. It's terrible.
Bit of light entertainment.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
I don't know. I kind of want to watch it.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I want to move on to something then.
Oh, what do
Right.
you want to move on?
And I was talking to you about it earlier, and I sent Jessie on a bit of an accidental mission because I didn't tell her to go and do this. But I have had one of the most pleasant surprises of my life this week when I watched the Disney Plus new series, The Santa Clauses, starring Tim Allen. Now it's a 6-episode run, and obviously it's continuing on from the films that started 30 years ago, with Tim Allen putting on the Santa
Get the
suit.
fuck out of here! 30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's
Kidding me
been
on.
there's been 3 flicks, obviously. Santa Claus 1, the Santa Claus 2, and the
That was
Santa Claus 3. And now they've continued it. And what we thought was going to be a limited run series, there was a lot of trepidation, but having Tim Allen attached was obviously, the man is the man, and he is persona non grata pretty much in Hollywood, isn't he? I mean, they even sort of fired him from being Buzz Lightyear in his own Lightyear movie. They got Chris Evans to do that.
Well,
they-
he has got a past as well, hasn't he, Ben?
Yeah, he's got a pass. Who doesn't though?
Mm,
At the end of the day,
yeah.
but they brought him back to do this show, and it's brilliant. There's no agenda here. There's no agenda at all.
You say that. You say that. The black girl's a bit of a woke turd.
No.
No, she was. Yes, she was. And the black elf is a bit of a retard.
Yes.
Either that or he's just a terrible actor.
Yes.
So there's a little bit of woke in it. It's not completely wokeless.
But the ultimate core themes of the show, when you get to the end of it, are strength of family and spirit of giving.
Yeah,
And
okay,
that's
no
it.
spoils.
Strength of family and spirit of giving.
Lovely.
And
Talking about the spirit of giving.
I wasn't finished, but yeah, you
carry on
shill
then.
us on.
No, carry on you go.
And Tim Allen managed to convince Disney to spend episode 5 talking about the history of Christmas right back to St. Nicholas and actually showing you it as well, which is
So
something
I
I
didn't go back very far then.
But still, it's something that I never. This is a show that I never envisioned Disney would make on Disney Plus in 2022. It is just joyful. It is happy. It is sad. The kids loved it. And ultimately, what it boiled down to was family and giving. And it's just been renewed to a season 2. With
Cool.
Tim Allen
So
now on board as an executive producer, which means it's going to be even better.
So did we go down the whole Krampus route?
No. Oh, yeah, Krampus is in it.
Right, cool. Okay. Did we did we go back to Saturnalia and the pagan festival that it's derived from?
I'm not sure we go quite back that far.
Did we go back to Horus as Jesus?
No.
Oh, contentious, John.
Oh, it's hardly contentious. It's the same fucking story, mate.
It's blasphemy.
It's exactly the same story.
Mm.
I mean, all the religions have got the same story. They just put different names on the characters.
But no.
And, I mean, even the one from Old Sumer is fucking the same story.
RCW says he liked Olaf the Snowman. But ultimately...
Was that not Frozen?
Yeah, it was. But ultimately, this is a Disney entertainment product released in 2022 that promotes
Which means
family.
It was made under Bob Chapek.
Yeah, but it promotes family and it promotes the spirit of giving and nothing more.
Right, so if it was made under Bob Chapek, right, have they made the wrong choice?
What, in firing Bob Chapek?
I'm just asking.
Right. I don't like Bob Chapek. I think he's an asshole, right?
Mhm.
Because of the cost-cutting measures that he did at the theme parks when he was the leader of parks and resorts. However, he's a money man.
Uh-huh.
And he didn't have the time to cause the problems that Disney are facing. They were caused by Bob Iger.
Yeah.
And then
who's back in charge?
Well, yeah, exactly. Bob Iger, the pandemic hit, Bob Iger jumped out the door early, put Bob Chapek in charge. Bob Chapek has taken the fall for everything else, and then they fired him and brought back in Bob.
It's like the captain of the Titanic fucking jumping off the ship as soon as they hit the iceberg.
Yeah.
And the second officer having to fucking try and save the ship while it's sinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Chapek had no choice in a lot of the things he did because...
There's no money. There was no money.
Well, it wasn't just that. The only park he could open was the one in Florida.
Yep, because there was no... And that's why there was no money.
Would let them open. I mean, Japan wouldn't let them open. China wouldn't let them open. France didn't let them open. And California certainly didn't let them open, did they?
But what
else is there?
But what I'll say to this is the audience...
What else is there? Disney's, is that it? Did I cover them all?
Shanghai, Hong Kong.
Well, I said China.
Yep.
China!
China is asshole.
But the response to this show has been overwhelmingly positive across the board when we're talking about political spectrum. And this tells me that wokeism doesn't work. Because
of course it doesn't.
Well, of course, we know that. But if you just create an entertaining show that promotes strong values and promotes traditional values, it resonates with everyone, right?
Yeah.
And it is under Bob Iger that they've renewed it for a season 2. So I think Iger's seen that Chapek did something right here. Because
Yeah.
I want more of this, and not just out of Disney. I want more of this out of all of my entertainment. I don't want political agendas shoehorned down my throat. I just want to be entertained.
The one you've got to deal with is the MCU. That's the one that's causing all the fucking chaos.
Now, once again, we can actually talk about that, because the MCU exists because Kevin Feige, who leads Marvel Studios, lost all of his power. Now, as Bob Iger was going out of the door, he installed middle management between the CEO and the heads of studios, and they were the ones that were making the decisions. He's come back and he's getting rid of them.
Good.
And giving the power back to the studio heads. And I think we're going to see massive changes over there as well.
Excellent. So we'll see what happens.
And Kathleen Kennedy just needs to be fired from Lucasfilm because, you know, Funko Pop Indiana Jones on a horse.
Speaking of big changes, Ben, have you seen what Nintendo have done?
No, do tell us.
Well, Pokemon, Ash, Ketchum, and Pikachu have been around for 25 years.
Yes, they have.
And they've just said they're going to replace them.
Well, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, for 25 years, though. That's a long time, isn't it?
25 years, that boy that's voiced by a girl has never aged.
Yeah. Sarah Nato Cheney voices Ash.
Do you know what? I'm a bit suspicious of The Simpsons. Because they're still kids.
They're frozen in time.
They are very much frozen in time, aren't they? And I mean, I know it's a cartoon series and stuff, but when you've been running for 30 plus years, maybe it is time to start aging your characters up. Because they do age with the generations. They get the new smartphone technology and stuff like that. Right?
Maybe they're just like me. They don't show their age.
Yeah, no, you do look about 35, John.
Fuck off.
Stroke the ego.
Yeah, you're stroking my ego, boy, and I'm liking it.
Good. RCW says that he remembers being stoned watching Pikachu. I remember seeing the first Pokemon movie in Dallas, Texas, in a cinema in 1999.
I've
I was 10.
Never seen a Pokemon movie.
I was 10.
Pokemon shit.
Pokemon used to have a place, right? It used to have a place. It blew up. It was a big phenomena for what, 2 years maybe? And they've just tried to beat that dead horse.
I'm with Natasha on this one. It has no redeeming features.
There was people wandering around parks, wasn't there, with their phones looking for Pokemon
They
in
still
the tree.
do it.
They still do it, yeah.
They still do it. Sean still does it. He goes out once a month on Saturday up to Glasgow on a Pokemon community day.
You look a bit dodgy though, hanging around the bushes, don't you? Like zooming
I
in.
don't know. I've never done it.
I used to take my kids down to the park in Nottingham, and there was always this group of people that would walk to the end of the concrete path, and they would turn round and walk back with their phones out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something funny going on there.
Vaughn's trying to pretend that he doesn't know what Pokemon is.
I guarantee you he's got Pokemon Go on his phone.
I think he's a Pokeboy.
Yeah, I think he's got the Pokemon Go on his phone. I bet that's why he keeps turning up a little bit. That's why he didn't turn up to Team Trash Game last night. He was out in the park in London. You know, out in the park in London. Go, I've got to catch me a
train
Raichu.
last night. He was on a train.
Oh fucking hell! So he's like going along the train line, going, "Oh,
He's in the Midlands." It said that earlier in the chat. Do you not read the chat?
Oh, so he's gone up to the Midlands. Probably some different Pokemon up there, Vaughn.
Well, either he's gone in search of strange.
I've gone in
attractions,
search.
or it's on a work trip.
I've gone in search of Geodude, boys. Just need myself a Gengar. Need myself a Ghastly. These are names of Pokemon, by the way. These are Pokemon. Natasha says Shalini's birthday must be around now too. Well, people don't tell us about their birthdays, do they?
Well, it won't matter. I don't have any money to send them anything.
No, I didn't have any money to send him anything either, but should we tell him, Adam? Should we tell him what you did?
No, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. You did nothing. You didn't even tell us when your birthday was.
Yeah, well, when you get to as old as I am now, you just keep it quiet.
Yeah,
After a certain age, you just keep.
Hold on. What age are you, Adam?
I am 45 now.
45. Wow.
I know.
You're still considerably younger than I am.
I feel so young.
You are.
make me feel so young.
But don't let that fool you, mate, because your expected lifespan's
Significantly
considerably
less. Significantly less, yeah.
reduced. Yeah.
You make me feel like spring has sprung.
Oh. Right, I was going to talk about something, but I've forgotten what it was.
Come on, John, remember.
Well, no, but you don't let me go. See, this is the thing. Because of my old and tired brain, can only keep up with things as they go. I've got to get it out, or it just disappears into the ether.
I've got an interesting one for us.
Go on.
Go on.
I remember what it is.
You remembered. Go on, John.
Ben,
Mm.
how much does a litre of water weigh?
I don't know.
It's not a trick question. It's
I
quite
don't-
simple.
Is it around about a kilogram?
Yes, it's exactly a kilogram.
Yeah.
So, how much would 1 million litres of water weigh?
Now that is a trick question, isn't it?
No, it's not.
That would be a
It
million
would weigh
kilograms.
1 million kilograms.
Right.
And when 1 million litres of water comes out of an aquarium in the centre of a hotel, what devastation
sent you
does
a-
that cause?
I sent you a video, Adam.
You did. There's been so many videos though going around the internet today, hasn't there?
Yeah, but this is insane. This is at a Radisson Blue in Berlin. And
is this a
It is.
video of it blowing up? Because I should probably make a shot of it.
I don't
No,
know.
I haven't been able to find one.
Yeah, nobody's actually got it on video, have they?
No, there were.
It's called the Aqua Dom, isn't it, in Berlin?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was 1,500 fish in that tank.
Yeah, there were.
1,500 fish in that tank.
There we go.
That's
That's the tank.
the tank.
It's 25 meters high.
Look how big it is. You can see the chairs at the bottom, and there's a
Yeah.
bar that runs around
Yeah.
the bottom of it there. Just
It's
to-
1 million liters of water. It's 25 meters high. 25 meters is what? Over 75 feet.
Yeah, it's about 75 feet.
And it went boom.
There's a man inside it there. Look, a diver.
Yeah.
Showing how big it is.
So Adam, can you grab the video that I sent?
I can, yes. I will just find
I'm
that.
surprised nobody was killed.
Because it's not just the tank itself that went boom. It looks like all the walkways came crashing down as well. If you, yeah,
Ben, 1 million liters of water weighing 1 million kilograms.
yeah, but the walkways are above it, and they appear to have come
Oh,
down.
right, okay. Well, yeah, but maybe they're part of the. Maybe they were structurally connected to the tank.
This appears to have happened in the middle of the night.
Yeah, here's a tweet from somebody that was staying in the hotel.
Look
It's
at
been
this.
there a while, mind you. I mean,
Look
I remember
at
looking at
this.
this ages ago.
What a shame, though. 1,500 fish died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
okay.
look at this.
It's a fish.
Well, yeah, because I guarantee you more than
You
50.
guys are all wetties.
Well, no.
1,500 fish died. You know how many fish get fucking dragged out the ocean every day?
I was about to say, how many fish died to make the chippies that have gone out tonight all over the UK?
All right.
Exactly.
You've got a point.
Yeah.
But that was
Oh, those
for a
poor-
reason.
Those poor fish. Oh,
That was for
fuck's
food.
sake, people.
This was just because of the. I mean, how do we know how the fish tank got a crack in it?
Oh,
Did
the
it what happened to it?
humanity, the humanity. Oh, the fish manatee, the fish manatee.
I mean, it's
I bet there was other things in it as well. I bet it was a saltwater tank, wasn't it? I bet
It was,
there was
yeah.
things like octopus and starfish and all that in there as well.
I'm sad about those as well, John.
I'll tell you what. Natasha says she fancies fish and chips.
I quite fancy fish and chips now.
I was going to say, if I wasn't full up right now, I think fish and chips would definitely be on the cards. I do like
all this talk of fish. It's giving me the hunger.
Spencer says, I bet it smells a bit ripe in there. Well, I bet you're right.
Yeah, it won't be very nice.
I'm assuming the hotel itself will now be closed for some time.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, that's going to be a big mop-up job.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You're not getting 2 Jannies and a mop fixing that.
Whoever 11 says fish will definitely be on the menu at Radisson tomorrow.
Yeah, but they'll probably have bits of glass in them, so they won't be very good.
We've got some rare fish on the menu today. We've got some sturgeon, discus. These are fish you would not normally eat, but we cannot tell you where we got them from. Oh dear. But yeah, it's an impressive sight. The devastation and the destruction is impressive. And you look down there and you go, where's that million litres of water gone? Because it's not flooded out down there.
It went out on the street. It burst through the doors and everything onto the street.
Can you imagine?
Knocked people off their feet and everything.
Where the fish would end up.
Oh, they'll
everywhere.
Be all over the place. They'll be
everywhere.
Down the sewers and everything.
They're not
finding fish for months.
Yeah, they're definitely not recovering 1,500.
Imagine if your car was parked outside and you drive your car away and you go, a month later you're going, what the hell is that smell?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support us getting fish and chips for dinner one night this week, then please consider a donation at Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent, because if you donate through there, you can type a little message, and you see this little box below me here? This little box is on most of the pages, and when you donate, a klaxon goes off live during the show, and the robot voice reads whatever message you've put in out.
It does.
So,
it does.
Ko-fi.
Can I move us on to another story, Ben?
Yeah, of course you can. I'm just in big screen at the moment, and I'm just showing them the thing down here. Look.
Well, it's a very serious story, though. One that John will probably already know about. This is from the New York Post. A Norwegian actress.
We spoke about this on yesterday's show.
Have we already talked about this?
Yesterday's show, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know what? The story says December 16th below it. Look.
Yeah, but
10:31.
We're ahead of the game.
Oh,
yeah, we are.
I can't get any. I'm going to go on to the next story then that I've got for you. Another one that I've lined up.
Yeah.
Donald Glover, the musician, is now going to play Hypno Hustler. I can't even say it.
Hypno Hustler.
In Sony's Spider-Man universe. So he's going to be the disco-era musical baddie.
But that's not who he is in. Right, so he is in Spider-Man Homecoming. Don Glover is.
Who's Donald Glover?
Donald Glover is a musician/actor who played Lando Calrissian in the Han Solo prequel movie. Right?
Yeah.
Also known as Don Glover, to those who think his acting is shite. But yeah, he's actually playing a character that should have been the Prowler in the Spider-Man universe. And so they're now incorporating his hip hop into it, are they?
They are.
Oh, they're going to make him musical.
Yeah, that sounds like a miss.
It definitely does sound like a miss. Natasha says, is he the brother of the dancer that used to be with Prince? And Dark Spy says, is he Danny Glover's son?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know the answer to these questions. But yes, you're absolutely right. He should just be the character that he's portraying already, which is the Prowler, which is actually quite a badass villain.
Mm.
Is Miles Morales' uncle? And who's Miles Morales, you might ask?
No, I'm fucking lost.
Miles Morales is
sorry, you've confused me with someone who gives a fuck.
Miles Morales is the half Latino, half black Spider-Man.
He was a pretty good Spider-Man, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Anyway.
I give up.
Anyway.
Fucking give up.
Yeah, AstraZeneca is currently trending. And so is Pfizer. And so is Gary Glitter.
Oh, speaking of Gary Glitter,
Yeah.
have you seen the fucking Rolling Stones advert for their new show?
No?
Oh my god!
Are the Rolling Stones still alive?
Yes, yes, and they look like some of the crew from Johnny Depp's pirate ship. You know, the one.
So
where
they
the
actually
crew
do
were all
look
dead.
like corpses now.
Oh yeah, they do. Adam, see if you can find the Rolling Stones
Yes,
advert for their current tour in America, because they're saying things.
Okay.
They're
See,
fucking unbelievable.
I've clicked on Gary Glitter, and there's nothing about Gary Glitter.
Yeah, that's probably right enough.
Adam, you want to be in my camp?
No.
No, definitely not.
Oh.
I've never been to that island. I wonder if Elon's jet's been there.
Well, that's not something that I wish to. That's not something that I wish to imply. Put it that way.
I'm not implying anything. I asked the question. I wonder. Well, I made a statement, I suppose. I wonder if his jet has been there.
You have an inquisitive mind, John.
Indeed, I do.
Yeah, still have an inquisitive mind.
Yeah, he's pissing me off these days because he's been a bit of a dick. And
Yeah.
he always has been a bit of a dick, but he's been particularly a dick now because he's got the platform to be a dick on. You know what I mean?
have the power, John.
Yeah, I mean, basically that's what it's all about. 'Cause
He's
not-
He-Man. He's He-Man.
He would not be a benevolent dictator. I'm not fucking going to Mars if he's in charge.
He's clearly got some kind of motive, though, hasn't he? There's some plan there somewhere. I think he is doing this.
It's called an Oedipus complex.
He wants to be loved.
I don't think
Yeah.
he wants to be loved. Why would he want to be loved?
He wants vindication.
He wants to be.
I think-
He wants to be seen.
vindication. He doesn't necessarily want to be loved. He wants vindication. He wants people to look up to him as if he is a god. I am a living god, and you will worship me.
I am a living god, and you will worship me.
Yeah. Did you find anything? No.
I'm just looking now. I can't find anything that is related to the new tour.
Okay.
So if you've got anything, then
And
I've got the
send it
Stones
his
Europe
way.
2022,
No.
but I can't see the American tour, and that's on the Stones website.
Well,
So-
we're in 2022, so they're gonna look like corpses in that, aren't they?
There's no real pictures of them. I guess that's for good reason. As
That
well
is
as
for
maybe
very-
look
that's-
like corpses.
They made a
For
fucking
very
video,
good
mate.
reason.
Wait till you see this.
Yeah.
He's gonna find it. He's gonna find it. Look, he's on his way. And then I think I know what I want to talk about next, and it's in our group chat as well. So you can load that up after John's Rolling Stones
Give me a minute,
thing.
give me a minute.
Artifacting Reality says that this is about Elon Musk. He has a smug face, vindicated for what, and all he is a showman. That's interesting. I mean, because he
Yeah.
is very much a showman, isn't he? Did you
It does
see?
appear to be pantomime, doesn't it?
Did you know
It's
he
all
used to?
about
Did you know he used to work for Microsoft?
Did you see
TV.
Yeah.
when he was on that stage with with Dave Chappelle, right? As he left, he just screamed, "I'm rich, bitch,"
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
down the microphone.
But that was because of the booze, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah. See, it does get to him.
yeah.
Mm.
So he needs to be. He needs validation.
You know, I've just come to the conclusion that what he meant by general amnesty, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, is the famous accounts that he likes will get their accounts back.
Yeah.
That's what he means. But although it is quite concerning to see the Krasenstein brothers reinstated to Twitter, because they were actually suspended by Parag and Co. for quite heinous things. They did do quite and these are Democrats, right? These are Democrats. Their position on any platform, as far as I'm concerned, is not tenable. They're disgusting. They're disgusting individuals who threatened, doxed, harassed God knows how many people, and actually threatened, doxed, and harassed them.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoever 11
think-
says Tony Heller got unsuspended. Don't know who Tony Heller is.
Oh,
I
Tony
apologise.
Hill's a climate guy.
Got unsuspended.
Yeah, Tony Hill's a very reasoned climate guy who does a very good job at explaining exactly where we are in the climate thing, and he's really good because what he will do is he'll show you the data. Like, for instance, whenever you see things, say for instance like the hockey stick, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The hockey stick only exists if you only go back to like 1979. If you go any further back, you can't have a hockey stick because the temperature was through the roof or whatever. You know, so things aren't getting, or there isn't the same amount of change as you would think there should be. But Tony Heller is really good at pointing all this out. He's very, very reasoned and he's data driven. But you know, people slag him as well because he's not in the club.
Yeah, but none of us are in the club, John. Though one thing I will say, whilst you're looking for this, and before we
I
move
found
on,
the video,
Okay,
Oh, good. Well done, Adam.
but it is from 2021. That one,
still,
Yeah.
still,
the USA tour.
before we do
What
put
is
that
it?
up,
What are they talking about? Getting tested?
It's only 51 seconds. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okay,
you're gonna have to share
Should-
your sound with us, Adam.
I will. Let me do that. I
Should
will
be
put it on
alright.
the screen. Right, there we go. I will just share my sound as well.
That's it.
Just sharing my sound.
Come on, you can do it.
There we go. I've got it. Hold the line, please, caller.
Please
Share
hold the
computer
line.
sound.
Adam
Okay.
is sharing his sound.
Right,
is-
is that okay?
No,
Yeah.
you've only shared.
No.
Then you need to unshare.
What have you done?
Right now, I want you to click share screen.
Yeah.
Click advanced.
Click advanced.
Share computer sound only,
Okay.
because we've got your thing on screen.
Yeah.
So we only need your sound, not your
There we go.
visuals. There we go.
Okay. Perfect. There we go.
Bada boom. I've always preferred the Beatles. And at least the fucking decency, apart from Paul McCartney, to die young.
What do you mean apart from
Well,
Paul? Ringo's still
Well,
going.
Yeah, okay, Ringo's still going, but George Harrison's away, and obviously John Lennon's gone. But I mean, the Beatles did their thing, broke up, and fucking moved on. The Stones are still fucking dragging out the same old shit day in, day out, you know? And my God, do they not look like fucking walking, talking zombies? That's what being a vegan does to you people.
Do you know what?
How are they still alive?
Someone said in the chat, and it might well be the case, but I can't repeat it. I'm going to get beer. I need beer. The Beatles are flat. How dare you?
So, Adam, make
Paul
yourself
McCartney.
big screen again, right?
Okay.
Because whilst he's gone, there's one thing I do want to say about Mr. Musk, yeah? Because once again, he's back on the troll game. So he tweeted an hour ago, so inspiring to see the newfound love of freedom of speech by the press.
Yes.
Now, one has to ask, one has to wonder, did he do this on purpose?
Of
to
course he did.
slip them up
Definitely.
because they only now care about freedom of speech when it's
Yes.
them. And I will say this, when he went on that Twitter space and directly told journalists, "You're not special," I did have a little...
Right, what are we on now?
Well, I'm just talking about Musk because he tweeted an hour ago.
Oh, fuck.
Listen, listen.
Go on, I'm
Is,
listening.
is this whole banning journalists thing actually a massive troll?
Yeah, probably.
Because
yeah.
he's tweeted, "So inspiring to see the newfound love of freedom of speech by the
Oh, I
press."
saw that, yeah. Hey, you know what? In some respects, it probably is a troll, but he's not half as fucking funny as he thinks he is. That's the problem.
No, you're right.
'Cause he's a geek. He's a geek and he's not humorous.
No, you're right.
And he thinks he's funny. He thinks he's a fucking scream, but you know, actually,
but
when
we
you go on
think
stage
we're
with
funny.
we are funny though. We are funny.
Right?
We're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, when you go on stage with Dave Chappelle and the fucking people boo you, you know that you're not quite on the same wavelength as them. And let's face it, I mean the guy's on a different planet from everyone else. He's thinking about different things, and I'm not saying he's brilliant or not brilliant. You know what I mean? He could be either or. It could be. It could go one way or the other very quickly.
Yeah.
He's not a Tesla.
No.
And I don't mean a car, by the way, for those who don't know who Nikola Tesla was. But I don't think he's a Tesla. He could be on a par with Einstein, because Einstein wasn't really that bright. I think most of the work was done by his wife, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's funny how after she left him, he never wrote another fucking paper again that made any significant improvement to anything he'd done in the past.
So let's
Dark Spy sums it up exactly. He's a pound shop Iron Man. He's a fucking copy of Tony Stark.
But you do realise
not
that
as
if he can build himself an Iron Man suit, you know he's fucking doing it.
Oh, well, I mean, you know the thing that he wore at Halloween that he uses just now in his Twitter? I mean, that's what he thinks. He thinks that's an Iron Man suit rather than a fucking Satan worshipping thing.
The military have already got Iron Man suits anyway.
Yeah.
They've got the jet pod arms, haven't they? That,
yeah.
And they do mountain rescue with them as well, don't they?
I want to ask a very serious question. And it relates to the world of music. And Adam, you've got...
Hold on a minute. Hold on. It's 10:30 on a Friday night. You're going to start asking serious questions. That should have been at the front of the show.
John, this isn't a very serious question.
All right, okay. You told me it was. So you mean you're lying to me?
Yes.
Are you another one that's a troll?
Yes, I am trolling you because...
Right, go on.
Adam, you got a couple of videos and a statement from the MP of the Brixton area in your in the group chat here. I want to know who or what the fuck an Asaki or a Sake is. It's a musician, apparently, or a group of musicians, or a band.
I saw this, and people want to be goats.
Well, last night at Brixton Academy, I think one of the videos I sent you is actually a compilation. Last night at Brixton Academy, an artist or a group or a band, a Nigerian rapper, according to Robin Wolstenholme, called Asaki, I'm going to say Asaki, was performing at Brixton Academy. And thousands of people turned up without tickets and tried to break in.
That's right, yeah.
Then there's video of this, Adam, if you want to show it for us.
That sounds a bit like that sounds a bit like that other guy.
Here we go. Look at this. And have you got the compilation video there?
I have. I'll just put that on as well.
Yeah. This happened last night in Brixton.
Right. Okay.
And I'm a bit confused because look at this. Look at this. They're trying to get in. They're attacking police. I'm assuming they partly.
You get this sparks with alacrity, didn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Bloody hell.
Definitely. But what were these people thinking? What were they thinking? Have you ever been to Brixton Academy?
Yes, yeah.
I have.
I saw David Icke there.
You saw David Icke at Brixton Academy.
I did.
It's right. It's a big-ish venue, right? I saw Rammstein at Brixton Academy, actually. But it's a big-ish venue. It's a few thousand people in there, but the floors are sloped. The whole floor's a slope, and I can imagine if people are like that in there, then there's going to be one hell of an incident. Put it that way.
Yeah.
There's no flat ground in Brixton Academy. The whole floor's a slope.
Okay. Why?
Just the way it's built, so that people can all see the stage. The stage is really raised up, and then
All right. Okay.
and so in the standing area, people can stand and see above the people in front of them. So they built it as a slope.
Mm.
But what did hundreds, if not thousands, of people turning up to this concert think was going to happen? Did they think they were just going to be able to go and watch this rapper live in an already sold out gig? By the way, where were they going to go? Where were they going to stand?
Well, who was that? Yeah, but who was that other rapper that the same thing happened? Remember?
I don't.
You don't. It was fairly recently. It was within the last few months. There was people dying in the crowd and everything, and he was just standing and kept rapping or whatever he did.
I think I do remember. Artifacting Reality says these people don't think, and you know what, dude? I think I have to agree with that. But also, what is society coming to where people think they can just literally flash mob break into a place?
Because they're entitled, don't you know?
Yes,
They're entitled.
I think Vaughan's right. I think it was Travis Scott.
Yes, it was Travis Scott. That's that. That's what I was talking about.
Was it at Astrodome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a similar type of event. They bust in there as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So it seems to be a black rapper thing. He might not be a black rapper. I'm sorry.
He's Nigerian. So one
Who,
would
Travis Scott.
No, Travis Scott is a black rapper, but this guy's also.
Okay, all right. Okay, I wasn't sure who Travis Scott is. As you can tell, as an elderly white gentleman, I'm probably not down with the kids.
But did they think at the Travis Scott event and at this Asaki?
You want to turn. You want to put us back to the trio rather than watching some clown on a bus or whatever it is.
There you go, done. It's all done.
Right, thank you.
But I just don't understand that I know they're entitled, as you say, but nothing in this world is free. And did they think they were just going to be able to get in? There was going to be no resistance. There was going to be no rush like this. This wasn't going to. I don't understand.
Maybe they were going to play the race card.
Quite possibly.
Did you see Andrew Tate?
No.
Oh, I did, yes. I saw his video.
Holy shit, he went all in on Megan, didn't he?
He did.
Did he?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah. He basically called her white.
He did.
He called her white and called her out and said, "Why are you playing the race card? You're whiter than I am."
Well, have you seen her dad?
Yeah, he's a white guy. He's an old white guy.
He's a pasty old white man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know what? All of her family, maybe except her mother, but most of her family, her sister, her father, they really don't like her very much, do they?
No, well, no, she's a money-grabbing little tyke, isn't she, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I have no sympathy for her. And Harry's just well, they used to call them in my day, they used to call them cunt-struck. I.e., he was just going to be dragged wherever he would be by the woman.
Right.
And that's Harry. He's just been led mercilessly about the planet by her. That's all it is.
He's got a book coming out in 25 days.
Yeah,
called,
The Spare. Yeah,
The Spare
Trick. Yeah.
Who do you think titled that book?
She did.
Of course she did.
He doesn't have a clue. He's not the brightest. He's probably a lovely guy. He's not the brightest. To dress up as a Nazi isn't a smart move when you're a royal, especially when your fucking granddad was blown up by the IRA and used to fight them, right? So he's not the brightest, right?
No.
There's a possibility, maybe allegedly, that he might not even be of the proper lineage. Or lineage, as I should say.
Not something I wish to comment on.
Oh, it's up to you. I mean, but there is a remarkable similarity between him and...
There definitely
He doesn't
is.
look like Dodi Al-Fayed.
No, he doesn't. But Dodi Al-Fayed's not the one I'm thinking about.
I know who you're
But
thinking about.
anyway, you know what? Whether he should have been called Henry Hewitt, I don't know. I mean, I've gone and said it, but you know, there's a marked similarity.
You know his name is Henry.
Did I not say Henry Hewitt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Harry's name is Henry.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I said Henry Hewitt.
Oh, there we go. Anyway, I want to talk about
The fucking focus should not have been on the first name, but on the surname.
Right, listen.
As opposed to calling him Henry Saxe Coburn Gotha.
Listen.
Yes, darling.
I want to talk about one more thing before we start drawing this down. It's something that I think we can all have a little bit of a laugh about, right? Because the irony in this statement that I'm about to read you is just palpable. New. Breaking. FIFA rejects Zelensky's request to speak in a video message to fans at World Cup final about peace.
It's the fucking best decision FIFA have ever made, isn't it?
Well, it's such
Why would they do that?
What? Because
Why would
would
they rip off
politics has
Zelensky?
no place in sport.
Yes, politics has no space at the Grammys or
No
wherever
place.
he's. Yeah, has no place at the Grammys, has no place at Glastonbury, has no place at any of these things. But they all let him because they want a virtue signal. But I don't think FIFA could conceivably do this because, and I'll say this, because they would be such fucking hypocrites where they've held this World Cup. It would be unreal.
Do you think there might be some influence from the Middle East?
I would almost certainly think so, yes.
Did you also see the report that weapons that were sent to Ukraine are turning up in the Middle East?
Turning up in the Middle East, turning up in the Falklands, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet...
And remember, we reported on the cargo plane that went down en route to Syria from Ukraine, which was full of weapons. It's funny
Zelensky's done
that.
everything.
But remember, Joe Biden has sent Americans down on the ground to make sure that the weapons all get where they're supposed to go.
Those weapons ain't getting where they're supposed to go. Well, maybe they are. Maybe those weapons are getting where they're supposed to go.
Perhaps
Because
they
maybe
are.
they're not supposed to go to Ukraine.
Perhaps you are absolutely right. And do you know what? I think it is time to start winding this down. And if anybody would like to come and join me, I don't know if you two would, I'm going to jump on a game for an hour after the show. Whether or not you want to stream it, that's entirely up to you, John. But I'm going to jump onto a game of Fortnite. So if anybody would like to come and join me, feel free. You are all welcome. We will work something out if more than a few of you come along. But we have really, really appreciated having this lovely, lovely little conversation with you all. These Friday shows are great. They just fly by. They just absolutely fly by. And if you'd like to support us, you can do so by, first of all, sticking a like on the video, subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and clicking that share button. And if you want to go any further, then feel free to stick on a donation at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, or indeed Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. And there is still time to sponsor my balls. And you can do so by a £10 donation at paypal.me/WheelieBrick. Stick a little message in there, short message. I'll stick it on a ball and it will go on the tree of representation. and you will be here in the studio for the rest of the festive season. I have moved the Chasing Dissent Christmas Bash to this coming Thursday at probably 9 p.m. So this coming Thursday will be the Chasing Dissent Christmas Bash. No news, no politics, just music, fun, and laughter. I might even get John to sing you all Jingle Balls.
He does sing as well. We've heard him.
We have.
No, I don't.
Jingle balls, jingle balls. Jingle all the way.
And with that,
I'm
thank you for attending this.
I'm not finished. Arsehole.
Yes, you fucking are.
No, before you speak and close the show, I'm going to punt a goodbye over to Adam.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. Well, goodbye.
Now, John, you may speak.
So, thank you, Ballbags, for coming along to this All In on Friday night with John, Ben, and Adam. It's been great. For you.
Christmas, all the Christmas trees on fire. Santa's holding the lighter. My parents are both liars. I got gifts, but one subscribers. Thanks for the candy basket. Oh God, another jacket. My stocking's filled with acid. Am I dreaming? What just happened?